All right, welcome to Daily Neighborhood Ride. Today, we're gonna put some new dust wipers, seals in these forks. I've been needing to do it for a while now, so we're gonna do that. I got the fork off, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this with leaving the fender on there or not. I'm going to try, but you got to let the air out of the fork. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. This will give me a good opportunity to clean this thing a little bit too. So a 10 millimeter socket. Loosen up those bottom nuts. And I'm not going to pretend to really know what I'm doing. Like I said, I've done it once before, but I had a little bit of help. New little washer on the inside of the new seals. Now we gotta get that out, but you don't want to hit that, I don't think. After taking those 10 millimeter bolts off the bottom, I just tapped it with a rubber mallet. And then, let's see if I can show you this. And just pulled the lowers and the oil's running out of the bottom of the fork leg. A good amount in this fork. So that's where we're at. Let that drain here a little, and then we can go ahead and pull the whole lowers off. You can see that coming out. So when that much oil was coming out of the fork there, that should have been a good indication to me. It kind of was, but that I was about to do something wrong and put the wrong amount of oil in there out of confusion. Like I said, I had done this once before, maybe 5 years ago or so, and I had some help, and I recall putting more oil in one side, but I didn't remember the exact amount. And so anyway, yeah, we're gonna put the right oil and the right amount in there this time. So, okay, we've slid the lowers off the fork here, and we're still just letting some of the oil drain out. We're gonna clean these up real good, and then pull those old seals out, put the new seals in. So the oil in there was not as dirty as I expected it to be, but I know you can't see in here really, but definitely those wipers are pretty dirty, really dirty on the air side in comparison. And that was the one actually that I noticed started to kind of leak first, so kind of makes sense. We'll get new ones in there and we'll be good to go. All right, so you can take a 19 millimeter wrench and put it inside the seal. Just pop it out. There's the old one. new ones here in the package. When you do that, though, at least I did anyway. Well, not like you're gonna reuse these, but definitely kind of messed that thing up. And here's the old wiper. It has oil on it. You can see when you squeeze it, the dirty oil coming out. Okay, let's see if we can get this other one out. Boom. One came out too. And this one doesn't seem as dirty, but man, it's pretty dirty. So we've been needing to do this for a while. Well, all right, we got the seals out, and we're just gonna keep cleaning. Probably the best thing to use, I mean, I'm not telling anybody that's done this anything new, but for someone who's never done this, and I've only done it once, but brake cleaner is probably the best thing to use because it evaporates real easily. And to clean that all out, you can use soapy water, I guess. Fox says that's okay, but you just got to make sure everything is real dry and no residue when you put it back together. So we're going to clean that, and then we'll start to reassemble. I just straddled the uppers there onto my bike on the pad, cross pad. Got it draining into a tub. This is the lower, and yeah, we need some brake cleaner to clean that out. And I need to get a measuring cup so I know how much oil I'm putting back in there. Okay, we ran out. We got some brake cleaner to clean out the lowers, and about a brush. Yeah, to scrub that out a little bit. Can't talk brake cleaner, you know, it's like just under $4. This stupid brush was like $7. It's ridiculous, but we'll have it. And then I had to make 3 stops because they didn't have this at the auto parts store or the hardware store, which are right next to each other. But I found a syringe. It has milliliters or cc measurements on there, so we can use that to measure out the our Fox 20 weight gold suspension oil, fork fluid it is, and then we can just inject that in. So I'm trying to find the information. 30 cc's of Fox oil in the compression in the spring side, and it says on their website 30 cc's in the air side too, or both sides, but I don't know if that's right. So I'm gonna look a little bit more, see if I can find any other information. But okay, here I am looking on the Fox website at the oil volume chart, and I'm scrolling down to find my year of fork. So we go there, I'm looking at 33, and I should be looking at 34 there. That's the proper one for the fork that I have. Go ahead and just clean this out. And we'll just loosen up any grime that might be in there. A little brake fluid. So trying to be resourceful. I want to clean that out a little bit more in there. I'm just going to use this broom handle. So then I can use my newly acquired wire brush here to get my rag back out. Those all cleaned up in there. Looks pretty good. Alright, that brake cleaner is nasty. Nasty stuff. Alright, we've got the lowers cleaned. We've got the uppers cleaned. Stanchions, what do you call that? Kamashia? I don't know, the coating looks pretty good. A few minor scratches, but for that fork being 11 years old, it looks pretty good. So we are going to pour some oil out and soak our new seals in that. Okay, we got our new wipers soaking in an oil bath here. I think you're supposed to gently, obviously, stretch these out a little bit. I don't want to break it. Wouldn't that suck? It'd be something I would do. I'm having some trouble. This is the new seal. This is the old one. They do not look the same. There's a different lip on this one, and I can stick this one in pretty easily, and I can't on this one. I don't know. They maybe gave me the wrong seals. That's gonna suck if that's the case. All right, I just got off the phone with the guy at the bike shop, and there's my new seal, like I think I already showed you, but this one has a flange at the top, and this one doesn't. And this one's a little bit bigger. But according to the guy at the bike shop, Fox doesn't support this seal anymore, I guess. This fork is from 2010. He said maybe Enduro. I don't know that company, but might make them. He said he has put these in, fork without a flange. The problem is, I did get this one in. The problem is it's going to collect dirt around here, but I guess that's not that big a deal. I'm going to go ahead and try to use these, and I'm just going to hang on to these flanges, or these seals with the flange, so I can reference it when I do this again. And so I also didn't have a tool, so what I'm doing is using a 32 mil socket, a huge one, to put on here, and bang that in there. So it's not pretty, but it works. Well, I've got it started. It needs to go down a little farther. I'm gonna go ahead and put the wiper in there though, before I pound that thing in there too far. It kind of sucks not having that flange though, because you don't know where to stop. Oh, you know where to stop. It's just, can you stop in time? Man, it's always something. So we got the new seals. The wipers are in there. I feel like it should be pounded down in there a little bit more, but I'm afraid to go too far. I took off these little spring washers because I didn't want to damage them, but those are easy enough to get back on. Yeah, the guy at the bike shop was like, oh, that fork is from 2010. It's pretty much served a pretty good life. And while I agree, it has, there's no reason why it shouldn't keep going, you know? Okay, I guess we're gonna go ahead and put the uppers back in there. I'm gonna hang on to these old ones with the flange on it, so maybe I can find some old seals. We're gonna do the rear shock next. That one's even more of a pain. Honestly, with all these little tiny plastic rings that go in there, I remember it being kind of lame. But okay, and then we can put got a new ring so you can check your sag. Really no need to put that on, but we'll put a new ring on there. Suppose if we wanted to, we could have one on each side. So there's really no purpose to do. Well, let's be different. Put one on each side. Why not? Okay. I'm gonna slide these back in. Okay, we got the lowers on, the uppers, and it looks to be, it's a good tight fit. I'm gonna put some Fox oil here, in this cup. Sure, you know, you can just have a bike shop do this, I think, for $100, maybe 150, but it's nice to know. 30cc. So the guy at the bike shop said too, 30cc on each side, which the Fox website said, but I swear the last time I did this, I didn't put that much in one side, but that's what it says, and so that is what I am gonna do. Okay, we're gonna just stick this right down in the hole here and put the oil in. So this would be correct if this was a fit damper shock, but it is not correct for an open bath damper shock, which this is. Okay, that's one side. We'll do the other. Okay, we got 30cc of oil in each side. All right, I'm gonna jump in here with another video because that is not the proper amount of oil or the right oil for this shock. Okay, here we are again. So I'm gonna interject on the video, but we put the wrong oil in this and the wrong amount, And so we need to drain this oil out and put the correct one in now. Hey, we're doing this a little bit more of the lazy way this time. I pulled the nuts off the bottom. I just tapped the fork here with a hammer. And now we're gonna let this oil drain out and put the proper stuff in there. Would have been nice to know. The Fox website is a little confusing, and the people at the bike shop are confusing as well. So, you know, I just went in there and said, oh, I have a 2010 Float RL Fox Shock 32 millimeter, and it's, 150 millimeters of travel. And they're like, oh, you need the 20 weight gold. No. It would have been nice if someone said, is it an open bath or is it a fit damper? And I'd say, I don't know. And then they'd say, oh, well, is there a rebound adjustment? And I'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, oh, is it on the top or is it on the bottom? And I'd say, it's on the top. Ah, that's an open bath, which needs 10 weight oil and 165 cc's of fluid, not 30.
In a perfect world, it would have went something like this.
Hi, welcome to our awesome bike shop. What can I help you with today? I need a seal kit for a Fox fork. The wipers and seals and oil. Oh, what kind of fork is it? It's a 2010 Fox Float RL, 150 millimeters of travel. Oh, is that the fit damper? Or is that an open bath damper? Honestly, I have no idea. Does it have a rebound adjustment on it? It does? Is it on the top where you adjust the rebound? On the right side of the fork? Or is it on the bottom of the fork? It has a rebound adjustment for compression and lockout on the top right side of the fork and the air on the left. Oh, it's on the top? Oh, that's an open bath system. Yeah, I was told I need 20 weight gold, and that all Fox forks use a 20 weight gold. And so the website looks like for one of the shocks too, the 20 weight gold is what I need. I don't know. 20 weight gold isn't going to work for you. What you need is a 10 weight red. But Fox doesn't make that red anymore. They changed it to the 10 weight green. But we can get that for you. And then you can put the green one in there. It takes 165 cc's of liquid in the damper side and 30 cc's on the air side. Well, cool. Thanks. Okay, great. Awesome. Have a great day. Glad to help. 165 in the damper side. Oh, did not know that. And so I did it wrong. And then the compression switch and lockout didn't work because there's not enough fluid in there. And it's the wrong fluid. So the Fox website says too, never use 20 weight in an open bath system or in a shock, and but they don't say why. So I had to do some research. The gold weight is just for lubricating seals and stuff. It's not for dampening. And this particular fork needs the stuff for dampening. And so that's why it's not going to give you what you need. We'll get it right. We got 2 brand new crush washers here. Came with our kit. I'm going to put those on. We got our 10 millimeter bolts here. So these are just soft alloy, so want to be kind of gentle with them. crud in this one. Just putting them on by hand. Just make sure they thread on nicely. Got our 10mm socket. Too tight. They weren't super tight coming off, so I'm just kind of going by how they felt when I took them off. But you can see that they're flush there now. New seals. All right, we'll put it back together and put some air in this shock, and should be good to go. Thanks for checking out the Daily Neighborhood Ride. So if you're someone who has a older Fox fork or a newer one, even better, but if you're thinking about doing it yourself and you're nervous, it's not that bad. So you can definitely do it yourself, save a little money, and you know how to do it.
Okay, I'm gonna jump back in here with another video, and let's get the proper oil and everything in there.
So they say it's okay to use the gold oil on the wipers and the seals, and these seals are the ones we talked about in the video. They have no flange, but they're updated and they are compatible with the gold oil. Those old seals wouldn't be compatible with the gold oil. And even though the gold oil is the wrong oil for this fork, I'm gonna go ahead and leave those seals in. They're brand new and it'll work fine, I'm sure. But we're gonna make sure that we have the right dampening fluid in there. 10 weight green, it's updated. It's supposed to be 10 weight red in this fork, but Fox is discontinuing the red, and this is what's replacing it. It's supposed to be better anyway. It's the same weight, so. This was money we didn't need to spend, but I guess if I buy a new bike and has a new Fox fork on it, then I'll be able to use this. So anybody who wants just a slightly used quart of Fox 20 weight gold, let me know. I'll sell it to you for a deal. This time around, we're gonna try to put in the correct oil. We've drained the lowers. They're all cleaned, just like in the video earlier when we put the wrong oil in, but now we've got 30 cc of green, and that's going to go in the air side, spring side, whatever you want to call that, and then 165 cc, a lot more, is going to go in the damper compression side. So we got our syringe with 30 cc's of Fox 10 weight green. We're going to go ahead and put that in the make sure that's right. In the spring side. And I just went ahead and I've got the fork on the bike and everything now. I just flipped it upside down. And now 165 cc in the dampened side. What do we got here? We got about 50 cc. Okay, 50 at a time. We're going 165 in the damper side. There's one. Okay, our last little shot here. We got 150 cc's in there already. I'm gonna take 15 cc more. milliliters, cc. Okay, now we should have some dampening going on. Hopefully our lockout works now and our shock works properly. So we're gonna put the, unfortunately, since we already did this, we put the new crush washers on there. We're just gonna reuse them and hope that they work. I think they will. They're brand new, but yeah, we'll put this on and see where we're at. Go ahead and slide the lowers down. Okay, we've got the lowers slid down. Let's wipe off a little bit of the oil here. And I just flipped the crush washers. But they should be fine. I'm just gonna put them on by hand again. Just tighten them up as much as I can by hand. I don't remember exactly, 5 Newton meters or something it says. We'll tighten those up with our 10 millimeter socket. And hopefully now that we have the proper oil in there, this thing will be good to go. That was a learning experience. I should have known from doing it before, but I couldn't recall really. And hopefully this time we got it right. All right. All right, put some air in here. Really hope this works. I think it will. Good thing we had a hunch though, and we didn't go ride the bike or anything with the wrong oil in there. We just put it in there. And then we caught the mistake, luckily. It could have been bad going and riding and have the fork fail or something like that. Could danger, or could have wrecked the fork as well. So good thing we got it, and now we'll know for next time. If you're confused about it, hopefully this helps you. It's confusing a little bit, you know, especially on an older bike. A lot of shops are like, they are working on all new stuff, you know. I don't have the money for new stuff right now. Close. I think 85 is what I'm supposed to have in here for my weight. What we got? Let's see if our dampening compression will work at all. Look at that. So one of the things when I did this before, and I didn't do it on camera, but when I push that down on the low, you can see it's coming up kind of slow there. Before it kind of stuck down. And our lockout is working again. Our lockout didn't work when we had the wrong oil in there. You can see the lockout is actually working again. So I'm out of frame. We got it this time. The lockout works, compression switch works, and we're good to go. All right, ride on. Have a good one.